Hello guys, welcome to another Outdoor Nut Productions. Today I want to go over my cook kit. And I keep it in a Outdoor Products stash bag that you can get from Walmart. And everything fits in nice and neatly. Everything that I have to cook with is right here. Starts out with the GSI Pennacle Dualist, and the Dualist is an awesome cook set. For me, it's perfect for one person because it holds everything I have to have. My heat shield. It comes with 2 bowls and 2 cups, and the cups nest gently inside each of the bowls, or vice versa. But I use 1 cup to store my Trangia alcohol stove in. Trangia, when you order one, sends a nice bag to store the stove in, and that is to prevent the alcohol from leaking into a aluminum pot or whatever, tarnishing or messing up the pots or cups or whatever you store your cook kit in. Now, the Trangia alcohol stove is a wonderful stove. One of my previous videos was a boil test in a snowstorm, might I add, in 12-degree weather. And the Trangia alcohol stove comes with a simmer lid. Once you light your stove, you open the lid and place it over it, and it will allow the stove to simmer and use a considerable amount less alcohol. Now, when you get done cooking, you close the simmer lid off and just toss it over the stove, and it extinguishes it. Now, with the joy of being able to extinguish the stove is you can put a few ounces of alcohol in the stove, and the lid has a rubber O-ring inside of it, and you tighten the lid down. You snug it, don't tighten it too tight, because everything with a rubber O-ring in it, if you put too much torque on it, you stand at risk of pinching or damaging the O-ring. Then alcohol will leak from your stove into your pots or pans. Now, this stove comes with, which it is the winter attachment for a actual Trangia stove, and this is the ground shield, which can double as a plate. It's just a aluminum shield. Now, this particular stove has a primer tray with it, and it has a bit of wicking material inside the primer tray. You don't soak this. You put just a few drops on it, just enough to burn for 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And once you get your alcohol in your primer tray, it has holes in the bottom, which makes it convenient for lighting, or you can take a match and just stick through the side in one of the little holes. But the Trangia stoves they're a Swedish design stove, and they are pretty well built. Once you get this thing lit, kind of real carefully, I'd recommend using a glove. But you can light it from underneath it with a lighter or you can go from the side, or whichever way. Set it inside your tray and let it warm up. Then all you have, once it warms up and starts to boil the alcohol, just take your lighter or whatever and just light the jets that comes out of the stove. Now, my particular cook kit, I keep a Coozy with mine. And I keep my stove stand or pot stand, which is just a regular, like a rodent wire for a cage. Just bend it down and stick your pot on top of that and let her boil. This Dualist, as far as I can tell, is not measured in any way on the pot, but inside the cups you have measurements, so that allows you to, pour your water if you need a specific amount into your cup, then transfer it into your pot, which is no big deal. It would be nice if they had some inside the pot, but it's no big deal, And these comes with a convenient lid that has a ventilation hole and a sipping hole, which is pretty nice if you drink coffee or hot cocoa or whatever. And it comes with a sort of a kind of a Coozy thing. That way it allows you to hold your boiling. But me, I doubt that I will use the bowl, so all of it should be good for me, But and the pot itself comes with a lid. It's plastic. Could have been metal, aluminum, which would have made it, I guess, a little sturdier. But all in all, it works good the way it is. It's got the strainer holes and another ventilation hole. Of course, if you cook pastas or whatever, you can hold it on and strain your pastas or what have you. But it's a good system. And once I get my water boiling, I can take my hot Coozy, pick it straight up off of that, place it in my Coozy, and I can hold it from the bottom. I can hold it with both hands more steadily, or whichever, and I can place it on top, which allows me to walk off and leave my water with my noodles or whatever in it and let it heat, or pretty well just keep it warm for a longer period of time. Okay, sorry about that. Had a slight interruption. But I carry my heat shield in a little Ziploc bag just to keep it from scratching any of my stuff. But that about does it for my cook set. But once you get your water boiling, like I said before, all you have to do to extinguish your stove is that right there, and it puts out the flame. Now wait for this to cool. Unlike a fancy feast stove or something like that, this here may actually take a minute or two to be able to handle, because it is a little bit thicker material, so it would prevent a blister on the trail, or at home or in the car, or wherever you choose to use your particular stove. But And blisters is no good anytime. They can lead to infection. But that about does it for my cook kit. And thank you for watching. Have fun. Subscribe. Just get outside and enjoy the outdoors. And anything you can. Thank you.